Hey, it's me. It's Alan with the ADL Edge podcast. Just coming to you. I'm a new podcaster. Just getting started. I appreciate you guys. I've been watching each channel. I've been watching not everybody's channel, but I've been watching quite a few of them, and it's very informative and very educational just to learn from you, the professionals, or those that are getting in and that go over your equipment. I didn't know exactly where to start. I knew I just had a passion to do this, and I feel like it's a passion and a calling. I have a voice and a platform that I want to cover some specific areas, but that'll come in the future. I'm getting ready to launch my podcast, and I'd appreciate if you like it, share it, and subscribe. It's the ADL Edge podcast. The ADL Edge podcast. The ADL is all day long. We're giving you the edge. But let's get back to this. I was going across some equipment, and I think a lot of times I'm in conversations, and the conversations that I'm in, they turn out to be podcasts. I'm sitting here talking, we're just having general conversation, and I say to myself, man, this is a very informative, very enlightening conversation. It's stimulating, and I'm enjoying it, and I think more people should hear the conversation that's going on. So in light of that, in the process of me getting some equipment together for the podcast, for the ADL Edge podcast, I started looking at some equipment, and I ran across this particular piece. And it's this. This is the PodTrak P4. The PodTrak P4. It's made by Zoom, Z-O-O-M. And it has capabilities for 4 microphones. You can also, I love it because it's portable, and sometimes I'm in the garage, conversations, barbershops, and different people's offices or spaces or homes or whatever you may have and it turns out to be a very great conversation. And I'm like, man, I wish I could record this. And so this here is a nice piece of equipment. And with this equipment, it has the capability of recording live the conversations. And so you can plug in, 4 headphones, or you can plug in 3 headphones, and you can plug in a cell phone, and you could do take call-ins or whatever. But having said all of that, this takes you can plug it in powered to your wall socket, just to regular electricity, but it has the capability of putting 2 AA batteries. And then I was considering on purchasing, they were saying that your AA batteries, you'd have to have something that's chargeable. I didn't want to get into having to buy a lot of batteries and getting in the middle of a show, and my batteries went down. So I was thinking about possibly getting rechargeable batteries. That was a possibility. But then I looked around, and I remember I had this. This is a little charging station, and it also has a capability for solar. Sometimes when I'm cutting the grass and I'm riding on a lawnmower, I like to listen to podcasts. I like to listen to ebooks and different things like that. But I was like, man, why can't I take this, plug it into here, and this is rechargeable as well, and just plug it into my P4. Plug it into the P4 here, and the DC 5 volt. This charging station said that it can charge an iPhone, I believe it said six times. If it's fully charged, it could charge 6 times, and it has a light indicator here to let you know that it's fully charged. But in your process of your recording, if it gets down to 1 or 2, you know that you need to be trying to wrap it up and keep it charged. So I thought this was a smart way to utilize this in another way while I'm doing my podcast. If they were mobile and I'm not close to electricity, that I could put that in there and use my podcast and do my podcast. So I'm popping out these AA batteries, and I can turn this on and get powered up here. Here we are. Just wondering what the problem was, but maybe I didn't have it plugged all the way in. But that's my power source now. And like I said, it's on. The batteries are out. I've got light indicators letting me know how much charging time I still have. And like I said, it said that this pack, and I'm not advertising one brand or another, but I'm just saying that if you have a charger block, I know they're at Pugs. They're all different types of. This particular one is a BAL4, BALVOR. I like this one here. My wife purchased this one for me, but I liked it because it's solar. So I can put it out in the sun. I've taken it and put it on the dashboard in my truck while I was traveling, just to be able to have another source of power when my battery on my cell phone goes out. But like I said, you could plug it into this and you can skip all of those batteries, buying the batteries. These are rechargeable as well. Not only can you actually operate this, but it has several other different ports in here. I don't know if you can see that, but several other different ports in here where I can plug my iPhone in, my cell phone, my laptop, but I can also plug this in. So that's an option for you. And just wanted to share that with you. So skip the batteries of having to rebuy chargeable batteries and recharging them and all that salad, man. You could just plug this right in at night before your next interview, or just keep it on a charge and not even deal with the AA or AAA batteries, whatever your device requires for you to use to operate it. You got this source. Just wanted to share that with you. Hope that works out for you. Wish me good luck on my podcast, the ADL Edge podcast. We're just going to be talking about a lot of different issues, business, excuse me, basically how to just level up, how to network together. All of us are trying to go somewhere, and we're trying to go by ourselves. But just like I learned from you guys and other people out there on their podcasts, on different tools and equipment and subjects, and I'm still learning, and we can learn from each other. But again, this is Alan Lewis with the ADL Edge podcast, and appreciate you tuning in. I hope you found this information useful for you. I have not taken any calls. My podcast will actually launch January the 5th, 2025. I've just kind of practiced with this a little bit, just kind of plugged some headphones into it, hooked it up, did a little lightweight recording. Haven't gone full blown. I haven't taken a phone call. I want to kind of run a phone call through him, just doing a dry run on everything, just setting everything up, the backdrop, and a lot of different things to make my podcast be successful. So this is one of the tools that I found, and I hope you guys find it enlightening and it'll help you. Again, this is Alan with ADL Edge podcast. We'll talk to you on the other side. Goodbye.